Good morning. It's about 11:30 and it is maybe 22 outside. It's so cold. I just finished my DaVita appointment and it was really cool because my nurse was actually a gal from Cerro Vista and we have mutual family friend people. So it's cool to kind of catch up for a second and be like, oh, you know this person, and stuff like that. And anyways, so my appointment was really good. I was in and out for the most part. According to my social worker, I think that's what she's called. What they do when you get on dialysis is they take a lot of, or you go through a lot of questionnaire type things, and they want to know how you're doing mentally, physically, but also how dialysis has affected your life, which is a good questions to ask because, I think that people who I have talked to about dialysis can either be okay with it or hate it. And it is a life change. Let's not escape the fact or the reality that it is a life change. And so because of that, I think that it's a great idea, and I'm glad that DaVita does consistently stay up with, how is dialysis affecting your life and what are your feelings about it and so forth. For me, dialysis it has changed my life, but it hasn't in a lot of ways. But I am a type of person that just rolls with the punches for the most part. I'm very tenacious. So when hardships happen, I will tend to pull back and think about things. And for the most part, embrace the change of what is to be. And so for me, dialysis is great. Like, I really love it. In fact, this new nurse was telling me that at her center, there's hardly anybody who does bag dialysis. They're all on the machine or hemodialysis. So basically, there are 3 different types of dialysis, I guess I should say. There's the hemodialysis where they clean your blood and you go to the clinic a couple times a week. And then there's PD dialysis that I do that uses my peritoneum to act as like my kidney, I guess, in a sense. And I connect and disconnect all day long. Whereas there's another type of dialysis where you get hooked up to a machine at night and it cleans you throughout during the night using your peritoneum as well. I didn't want to do that one because I still club. I still want to hang out. I still want to go dancing. I'm very active when it comes to my nightlife and so my social world. So for me, that wasn't a good fit for me. If I was maybe older, like I don't know, like 85 or something, and I need to have dinner at 5 o'clock at night, and then I went straight to bed at 8 or something, that's kind of like a pattern that senior citizens tend to do, then that might be something that I might go to do, or, who knows at that point where I'll be at when it comes to kidney disease, but, or kidney dialysis, I should say. But for me right now, that just wasn't a lifestyle that I would be able to embrace very well. But again, when it comes to the kidney disease and doing dialysis and my in and outs of every day, to me, it's been great. It's really refocused my life. It's helped me to know what priority is and what things can be let go of, where in my life I can definitely grow in, and areas in my life where I realized a harsh reality of like, who did not need to stay in my life during all of this. So I don't know that Donnie would ever do a video with me because he's so terribly shy. But it would be interesting to find out from his point of view what it's like to live with somebody with dialysis. Because let alone living with me, and I'm not horrific, but I am not no piece of sunshine all the time. You guys get a lot of my goodness. But the reality is that, you know, we're not always 100% awesome all the time, especially behind closed doors in life's everyday stress of just living, right? Normally without a dialysis situation. And so it'd be interesting to see what his point of view is on the whole thing. There has been times, I know, where I've used dialysis as an excuse to not do something. Like, there has been some good healthy decisions, like, I'm pretty tired, I don't think we should go out, we don't really have a lot of money to spend, so let's just stay in. And that's pretty easy. But over the winter or the Christmas break time, I'm going to admit two things to you guys. One is that I've just been, and I don't know if it's the level of activity, a change of season, the change of temperature, the holiday, but my mind has been awake at night. So insomnia has been pretty deep, but I'll catch it up in the morning or the early morning. And so then what happens is I don't have the need to get up and walk Smokey at like 5 in the morning because it's cold and I'm so tired. And at that point, I'm actually in deep sleep. So Smokey also, and I think because he's aging a bit, isn't excited about going out at that time either. And so I've had Ben and Donnie both take him out around like 9 or 10 in the day, or like maybe even in the afternoon, because Smokey's good. Like he goes potty at night because somebody's brave enough to take him, and he will pee really fast because he doesn't like to be cold. And so I have used dialysis, like, oh, I need to do my dialysis exchange, and made them go take him. But that's okay, because you know what? I take him all the time in the summer because it's the coolest of the day, like around 5 and 6. And I take him faithfully during that time. So it's not like I'm not doing my part. But during this wintry time, I thought, how funny that the last couple of weeks, at least last week, I've been doing my exchanges like at 8 or 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning, where normally it's 7 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 5 o'clock. Like that's typically every day. But because school was out, I didn't have to get up for that. Because different things were moved around and rescheduled, I didn't have to get up for that. It's just wild how that's just kind of been the pattern. I don't know. And my exchanges are still fine. Like I'm still pulling what I'm supposed to. I'm still doing what I'm supposed to. There's no red flags. So I don't think that it's negative. And that, again, my friends, is the joy of PD dialysis, because but there is a slippery slope, because you could possibly think, well, it's already 11 o'clock. Do I really need to do an exchange? By the time I start this exchange and I finish for the day, it's going to be late at night. Do I want to do that? So there's a slippery slope where you might be tempted to be like, oh, I'll just skip dialysis today. Don't do that. Don't do that. It's not good. It's not healthy. And once you get into something naughty, you want a little bit more of it, right? So definitely be careful with that. But I think that it is kind of funny how I shifted my time because of the weather. And when I do my exchange, like this morning, I did my exchange at 6 in the morning because my appointment was at 10:30, which is the middle of my second exchange. So that way I could do my exchange at 6, and I did it at 9, and then I'll go home here and do it again. But 9 o'clock, I was so cold. 6 o'clock, I was so cold. And Smokey's so cute because he'll come run and jump in bed with me to keep me warm. And so I can call him because he usually sleeps with Ben overnight, and he'll run into my room and he'll sleep with me to keep me warm. And I need at least a good 45 minutes to warm back up into where my body temperature is not frigid. I don't like to run the heater that much because I'm trying to save money, but also my neighbors supply me with a lot of heat because I'm on the top floor, and so a lot of their heat is rising, and we're pretty insulated because our neighbors are on both sides of our apartment. So kind of lucky there. Definitely lucky in the summertime because, man, that AC bill was phenomenally great, but winter may prove to be colder. So far it has proven to be colder, at least today. And I did bring in my plants last night, my philodendron, because I was like, I think they're going to freeze to death. And so I hope I did not damage them because they have been faithfully with me for a while. But yeah, so anyways, that's my life right now. It's kind of a little scatterbrainedy, mostly because I need to drink some coffee now. I'm going to go home and do that and do my exchange. And I think I might make a bone tikka soup today because that feels like a good chilly day kind of food to eat. I did fast the last 2 days, and again, my fasting is with potassium. I should just call it the potassium fast because basically that's what it is. I had the most delicious banana and avocado snack, and it was so great. I think when your body is like getting off of other food, which by the way, for the holiday, I did really good. I didn't drift into anything terrible, except a friend of mine wanted to make, she's single, but she loves to cook. And so she's like, I'm going to make New Year's Day food. If you guys want to have some, just swing by and grab some. And that was so sweet of her. So we did that. And she made like a delicious Greek pasta salad thing. And I partook in that. And then, which is naughty because pasta is not the best food for anybody, really. I know it's delicious though. And then family dinner was the next day, and my son was like, I really want spaghetti. And I was like, oh, of course you do. And I think the night before my friend cooked, we actually ended up ordering pizza. So the Italian was very large in our house this last couple of days. So I definitely feel that, but I'm not putting down Italian food because OMG, it's so good. So good. In moderation. Yeah. But anyways, that's probably the only slip up kind of things that I did. Let me confess one more thing. New Year's Eve, I again was with Stephanie, and we went to my favorite bar called On the Rocks. It's just fabulous. If you're in Tucson, go to On the Rocks. The food is fabulous. The music's fabulous. The staff is phenomenal. Amazing place to hang out. And it's only like a block from my place. And so, anyhow, I had their pretzel bites. I have not had crappy cheese and crappy bread like that in so long. And it was divine. And crappy as in nutrition wise, not as in flavor wise. So it was just the best cheat. All right. Anyways, I'm going to let you go. I need to drive across town. You guys have a good day. Don't forget to drink your water, or at least a hot cup of tea since it's chilly. All right. Stay safe out there. Bye-bye.